Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Pub. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, The Death of Robin Hood. So evidently after a life of murdering and robbing and pillaging, Robin Hood finds himself injured, and after a battle that he thought was going to be his last, and he is taken in by some woman, I guess to help him feel better. I don't know. 2 hours long, 2 hours and 2 minutes long, and it is Hugh Jackman plays our Prince of Thieves. Robin Hood. I'm kind of excited, but it's only 6.1 on IMDb. Over 9,000 people rated it so far, so I guess it's not that good. I don't know. We're going to check it out. I'm going to let you know. Let me tell you really quick, since I got IMDb. I log into IMDb on my computer today. It says, oh, switch to Amazon login. And I did that. I was like, okay, great. So then I go to log in on my phone, but it didn't store my Amazon login, so I'm trying to figure that out. Okay, now I get in. All my stuff's gone. So hopefully it'll be back soon, but for those of you who use IMDb as religiously as I do, I'm hoping it'll be back. But anyway, a little insight there, so buyer beware. Let's get into the death of Robin Hood. Spoiler alert, I guess he dies. I don't know. I guess we all do at some point. Anyway. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of the death of Robin Hood, finally. I have to say that. I'm going through this one. Spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. That's it. I got to do it. I mean, because I just got to talk openly about it. Oh man, the ending, it's 2 hours long and it feels it, right? There's a lot of I don't know, there's not a lot of dialogue early, right? And there's a lot of development, which I enjoyed and I thought it was really good. But then it hits a point, maybe the third act, I don't know, where it just lingers. And then the final moments linger forever. It's like, no, I don't get it, right? So I already said spoiler alert, right? And when I first started watching this, he, basically ruins the whole lore of Robin Hood right in the beginning, saying he's not, he's not what he said. He created these old stories. He's actually just a murderer and a robber and stuff like that. He never gave to the meek, and he just kills for fun kind of stuff. And it's like, oh, okay, that's what this is gonna be, And so I was like, wow. And then he, later on, Little John's in there, which is Bill Skarsgård, which I thought was cool, seeing Little John in there. And I have to really sidetrack and say the Kevin Costner Robin Hood. I love that movie. Watched it twice in a row one time in college with a bunch of my college buddies. So fun story there. Anyway, so Little John, all these people, I kind of know a little bit of the story that was being told. But now it comes to the fact that no, he's just Robin Hood, this not this great guy, but he's raising Little John's girl, Little Margaret, and so he's turning into a new person, right? And so now I'm thinking to myself, the death of Robin Hood, the mean, murderous plunderer, he's dying, and this new Randolph is going to be a great guy and raise this child, right? No, that's not what's going to happen. Robin Hood's really going to die, and okay, so then when it comes to the point, he has a leper. The leper tells him one thing: please don't tell anybody you're Robin Hood. Immediately he dies, he runs out and says, I'm Robin Hood, to the girl who they kind of have a little bit of a budding relationship going on. Not enough to draw out the ending like this, right? So he's got this little relationship with this nun, but just very surface based, whatever, and decides to come out to her and tell her, and she turns around and says, oh yeah, you murdered my entire family. And so, okay, and then she cuts his arm like she did before to let out a little blood, like she's gonna make him die, but then stops it. Fast forward, he's looking like he was poisoned or something's really, really wrong with him. Just a couple minutes later, she covers him up. I don't understand what happened in that, you know what I mean? Okay, she had a change of heart. She didn't want to kill him. No problem. Great. What's going to happen here? How could she go on? Oh, she gave you this life, but no, I still want you to kill me now. And then on my deathbed, now I get it when he tells little Margaret the fable that Little John, her dad was a really good guy and they stole and they gave to the rich, right? I'm not thinking that's true. I think he's still, they ruined the thought of Robin Hood, that we all know and love. And And so I could see why nobody liked this movie. Why? Well, I shouldn't say nobody. Why it's slowly rated. You know, I went back and forth the whole time. Like the first time he told that story, I was like, oh, he was just telling it to that girl, because he knew she was after him. No, that's not the case. You know, and he shoots a kid in the head with an arrow as he runs away. Like in the very next scene, it's like, okay, maybe he's not really a good guy. No, and then he's burned the family to death. Okay, he's not a great guy. They just ruined our visions of Robin Hood. But then we get to this ending, this drawn out ending, and it's like, okay, but she seems to be like in love with him. Like, you know what I mean? She's like holding him. She was going to cover it back up at the end. So a couple of things I don't get. Okay, first of all, you know, I get the first cutting and bleeding and stuff, but does he really become that meek? And you know what I mean? Like, he seemed like he was on his last legs, but I don't understand what happened between that time and, you know, she stopped it. Okay, we're good. You know what I mean? Now he says, okay, finish it. Okay, she was going to finish it. I get that. He tells a nice story for the kid. And then she's all like lovey-dovey with him. It's like, whoa, what? Ugh, there's just, I don't know. And it could be me. I can't blame it on the writers, producers, actors. I really enjoyed a lot of this. I love seeing this like post, you know, like post Robin Hood thing. You know, it's like, oh, this is what really happens after that. I like that aspect. I'm okay with the tinkering in my mind of what he was, but then finding out, no, he was not just that great. None of this really happened. And it's, you know, or are they doing that to make a story out of it? I don't know. Whatever. And then this whole ending and everything like that, and the drawn out and the fake love, and I don't know. I'm disappointed. I was ready to come on here and tell you how great it was, and all right, I gotta go. I've wasted enough of your time, and I want to draw this out like the death of Robin Hood. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.